meetings. Now, if you are having any type of technical difficulties tonight during this meeting, we're going to ask that you email engage@atlbeltline.org, or it's e@atlbeltline.org. And should we encounter any technical difficulties, we ask that you please be patient as we sort them out. Lastly, we are going to ask for your feedback as much as possible. That'll be at the end of this meeting. This year, we are implementing a quarterly briefing feedback survey just to get your attendees as perspectives on our Atlanta Beltline project community meetings. So as you can see, we have a QR code actually on this screen. If you just want to go ahead and scan that, or you can actually save the link that we're going to drop in the chat. We just want to know your feedback on how we're doing with our community meetings, just to make sure that it is enriching as much as possible. So let's go on to the next slide if we can. So, as I said, just some updates from our partners. So last year, the Atlanta Beltline Community Engagement Team announced our first Atlanta Community Engagement Cohort. It provided an invitation for professionals that perform public outreach and involvement in their respective fields to participate in a group that connects and learn from one another. So one of our goals was to determine a way to effectively participate in our respective events, but of course, to avoid any engagement fatigue that you may have. So we are actually going to sit out here and ask that you participate with the Atlanta Department of Transportation, because they are reviewing the feasibility of launching a new docked bike share system. So to provide your feedback, we're going to share the link for the docked bike survey, but also their interactive map that showcases proposed locations. That'll all be dropped in the chat, but also we have these QR codes as well if you want to share that information. But of course, if you don't get it right now, you could get it later when we put it on the website. But again, before we jump into those ABI updates, I'm just going to do a walkthrough of our Beltline 101, because we always know there's always the first person in the room that has never been to a community meeting. So we're going to start off with our vision statement, and that is to be the catalyst for making Atlanta a global beacon for equitable, inclusive, and sustainable city life. So part of that means working with MARTA in its efforts to implement that 22 miles of light rail transit, our goal of 1,300 acres of new green space, our other goals of 33 miles of multi-use trails, 5,600 units of affordable workforce housing, $10 billion in economic development, 48,000 in construction jobs, 30,000 in permanent jobs, but also public art, environmental cleanup, and community engagement. So all of these elements are going to make up our Atlanta Beltline project. But let's first start off with our project updates with Kevin Burke, our Director of Design.
Thank you, Rashida, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So you can see on the map, we have a key on the right. Since our last quarterly briefing, the big news is right under where it says Northwest Trail is what's known as Northwest Trail Segment 5, Marietta Boulevard to, I believe it's Fairmont or English, in Blandtown, opened since our last meeting. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's very exciting. We have some other updates that I will cover as we move through our various slides. Next slide, please. Northeast Trail, Segment 3. This is one of our most, one of our largest and most intensive, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat this evening, construction projects, picking up where Northeast Trail 2 ends at the very edge of Armour-Otley near I-85, goes up on a ramp over Railroad, over Armour-Otley, across a railroad, across Peachtree Creek, lands on the north side of the creek and goes over to Garson Drive, Lindbergh, goes over to Path 400, South Fork Trail, the so-called confluence section, and is scheduled to go out to bid later this year and have about a 3.5-year construction schedule. Next, please. Northwest Trail Segment 3B. If you've been up by Monday Night Brewing, that's Segment 3A, which was completed, I believe, about this time last year, maybe a little bit later. So 3B picks up from Northside Drive. You can see one of our so-called truss bridges that will be placed above Northside Drive so that we absolutely have the safest method for our trail users to get across what we all know is a very busy street. It will continue on under 75 through a very interesting elevated section through an existing concrete drainage culvert and connect to the existing trails at Ardmore and Tanyard Creek Parks. It should start construction in the fall of this year and have about a 2 1/3 year construction schedule. Next, please. Segments 4 and 5. If any of you happen to follow some people on Instagram, you may know, very exciting. The trail is poured all the way from Boulevard to Glenwood. However, it is still a construction project. So we really, really, really request that you stay off until we have the ribbon cutting and it's safe for you to use the trail. It should be, I don't know, I think it's like about a month, maybe less. And on the right, you can see a very elaborate connection to get from United up to the trail. That will probably lag a little bit because of the intensity of that construction, but will follow fairly shortly. So we're really looking forward to this huge milestone, and kudos to the PM, Nancy Newell. Next slide, please. Southside Trail segments 2 and 3. This goes from roughly Pittsburgh Yard and the connector over to Boulevard, and obviously we'll connect to sections 4 and 5. And when this is complete, the trail should be poured by, I think, no later than the end of April. We will have completed what I call the smile at the bottom of our 22-mile loop, and we'll have a trail that will take you from Armour Otley all the way around up to Blandtown, which is a great accomplishment and really opens up many different sections of the city to people in areas that you may not be aware of, but look forward to exploring. Next slide. Northwest Trail segment 1. This is over by Peachtree Creek. Excuse me. Construction is ongoing and should be completed by Q4 of next year. Next slide. Northwest Trail segment 4A. This connects to the recently opened segment 5. As you can see, another one of our truss bridges. This time it's over, I believe it's CSX rail. You can see in the background of the slide on the right. All of these are going to be very intense and I wouldn't say difficult, because the people who are going to place these bridges know what they're doing, but it's something we haven't done a lot of, and we're going to get really good at it really quickly. Target, that's under construction now, and completion should be Q3 of next year. Next slide. Enoda Park in the Westview neighborhood. Very exciting. We finished design on this in 2019. Construction is moving rather quickly and should be complete later this summer, early fall. It'll be a staggered opening of the 3 parcels, and it's just going to be a great addition to the neighborhood, and also have the 3 separate parcels that make up this park will each have a connection to the West Side Trail and to the local streets. So that's a great amenity for the community and adjoining communities. Next slide, and I'll turn it over to Dennis.
Thank you, Kevin, and good evening, everybody. I'm Dennis Richards. I serve as Vice President of Housing Policy and Development. for the Beltline. It's good to be with you. As our city continues to experience rapid growth, affordable housing production remains one of the Atlanta Beltline's highest priorities. We have a mandate to create or preserve 5,600 units of affordable housing, specifically within the tax allocation district by 2030. To date, 4,425 affordable housing units have been created or preserved within the Beltline TAD. And when you look just outside of the Beltline TAD, that's about a half mile outside of the TAD in either direction. An additional 2,662 units have been created. So altogether, that's over 7,000 affordable homes that have been delivered within Beltline communities. It is also worth noting that the inclusionary zoning ordinance, which was championed by our now mayor back in 2018 when he was on city council, has produced over 1,100 units of affordable housing. Would like to acknowledge all of our mission-aligned development partners, Invest Atlanta, the City of Atlanta, Georgia Department of Community Affairs, Atlanta Housing, the Development Authority of Fulton County, and Atlanta Public Schools. Without all of them, this work would not be possible. We continue to maintain a strong pipeline of development. This chart here shows our housing production since 2006. And as you can see, over the past 6 years, we worked hard to more than double the amount of housing production within the Beltline TAD. Today, we're 79% of the way toward that 5,600 unit goal. We've, over the last several years, we've been more than exceeding an average of 250 affordable housing units. And if we continue on that trajectory, we'll far exceed that 5,600 unit goal. And we'll do that in large part through our strategic land acquisition strategy, which will allow us to redevelop public-owned property within the Beltline corridor. Next slide. So with that, wanted to give some updates. We have several projects that are moving forward this year, and I'll highlight a few. Two developments were within the last year to 2 years awarded 4% low-income housing tax credits by Georgia DCA, and those are now on a path toward closing. We're rounding out some of the final matters to get to a construction start, which we expect to occur at both of these properties that I'll highlight here in the spring and summer. The first is our 579 Garson Drive property. This is located in the South Buckhead Lindbergh neighborhood, and it's near the Lindbergh MARTA station. We intend to deliver 130 affordable units and 8,000 square feet of affordable commercial space. This will be directly on a Beltline connector trail and on Peachtree Creek. And we also have 350 Chapel Road. That is located in the Grove Park neighborhood and adjacent to Bankhead, and it is not far from the Bankhead MARTA station. And that property will deliver 218 affordable units. We're also excited that we were awarded a project-based rental assistance contract for that property that'll help support some of our most vulnerable families. We'll have 54 of those households earning 30% of AMI or less that will be eligible for those project-based rental assistance vouchers. We also have 2 active procurements underway. One is a large land holding at 425 Chapel Road. We intend to develop the first phase of that property, which will bring about 150 fee simple for sale homes and 5,000 square feet of neighborhood level commercial space. We expect to make some announcements in that on that deal around third quarter, so stay tuned there. We are also advancing a stream restoration project for Proctor Creek on that site, where we will restore 900 linear feet of the creek. And that is work that is being made possible through Georgia EPD with a grant. And we are also in concept design on the spur trail to better connect this site to the mainline Beltline. We're also working to advance development on our 356 University Avenue property. This is over in the Pittsburgh neighborhood at Pittsburgh Yards. And we expect that project to be a catalytic mixed-use deal with market rate and affordable housing It also include various commercial spaces and some light industrial components. We have entitled that site, and you can learn more about that on our website. Lastly, I wanted to give an update on Murphy Crossing in Oakland City. We were recently able to receive rezoning approval from City Council to rezone that site to IMIX. And as part of that process, we did have to take it through the development of regional impact review process. So we're excited to be advancing now the first phase of that development into design. And we expect to do demolition on that property beginning in June, July. It'll be this summer. You can learn more about where we are with Murphy Crossing if you attend our Southwest Study Group meeting, which is upcoming on March 12th. And you can find those meeting details on our website as well. Next slide. Lastly, I would like to highlight Oakland Exchange. This is a recent public-private partnership that the Atlanta Beltline entered into with Urban Realty Partners to advance the redevelopment of the old cut rate box company warehouses that you all may be familiar with seeing from Lee Street and Murphy Avenue. Construction on this project is now underway. It's expected to complete by the end of this year or possibly early first quarter of 2027. This site will be located directly on a Beltline spur trail. It is adjacent to Murphy Crossing and is very near to the Oakland City MARTA station. We expect this project to help anchor and reinvestment into Southwest Atlanta. This project also will include historic preservation of the existing buildings on site. It will include 126 loft apartments and 16,000 square feet of commercial space as well. And 65% of these units within these buildings will be affordable at 80% of AMI or below. We'll also have some affordable commercial spaces for some of our local small businesses. There will also be future phases of multifamily and mixed-use development on adjacent parcels. That concludes my remarks for the evening. I will now hand it off to Natalie Jones, our Business Solutions Office Project Manager. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. As Dennis mentioned, my name is Natalie Jones, and I oversee the Beltline's Small Business Solutions Office. And as a quick reminder, I wanted to pop this graphic in, which illustrates the Beltline's economic development framework, and it shows the 5 core areas of focus that our team focuses on. And as we advance this work across all 5 pillars, one of the most important ways that we activate this framework is by delivering programs, resources, and events that directly support the businesses and entrepreneurs along the corridor. And tonight, I just want to take a few minutes to highlight several key initiatives that demonstrate how these pillars come to life in real time. And let's begin with the Beltline Business Ventures Artist Edition. And this is a program that is designed specifically to prepare artist entrepreneurs to compete for public art opportunities, particularly in the 3D space. Applications are currently open and will be closing on March 9th at 11:59 p.m. And the program dates will run between March 31st and June 2nd. And if you are interested in learning more about that program, I believe a link has been dropped in the chat. So just click on that to learn more about that program. And then next we have our Industry Agnostic Accelerator, which is just called Beltline Business Ventures. And we are currently preparing for our 6th cohort, which will begin on March 17th. And this program continues to offer hands-on business development support and expert coaching in strategic planning, marketing, customer acquisition, and more. And to date, we've had about 70 businesses that have completed our accelerator. And we've got about 25% of them have moved into brick and mortar locations since participating in our program. So we're happy to see that the goal of our program, which is to prepare businesses to operate brick and mortar locations, is paying off. We also are looking forward to our business breakfast, which is going to be on March 19th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Pittsburgh Yards. And we will be discussing how Atlanta is open for business. And we will focus on how local entrepreneurs can strengthen their positioning for the World Cup through community collaboration and capital. And if you are interested in attending that, the RSVP link has been dropped in the chat. We also have our local developer incentive fund, and we're advancing its mission to create affordable commercial spaces for small businesses along the Beltline. And this program is expected to catalyze roughly 45,000 square feet of affordable commercial space for local small businesses. And we expect finalists to be notified by March 31st. And then we also have a small business pitch competition coming up, which will take place April 2nd from 4 to 7 p.m. at Plywood Place. And this year, we are thrilled to announce that the event will be hosted by WABE's Rose Scott. So we're excited to have her. And entrepreneurs who have completed the Beltline Business Ventures program will pitch their ideas to a panel of judges for a chance to receive grant funding to accelerate their growth. And this year, we'll be awarding 3 lucky businesses with a total of $150,000, excuse me. And finally, as Clyde mentioned in his earlier remarks, we continue to support business owners leading up to the World Cup with our small business readiness and activation toolkit. And if you are interested in downloading that, there's a QR code on your screen. And together, all of these initiatives demonstrate our commitment to building a thriving business ecosystem along the Beltline. And that concludes it for me, and I will hand it over to my colleague, Kara Lively, to share some additional updates from our team.
Hey everyone, so grateful to be with you tonight. I hope you're doing well. I'm Kara Lively, Director of Economic Development for Atlanta Beltline, Inc. Some of you on this call may have participated with us in 2025 in some focus groups and workshops as we developed our digital access and smart corridor strategy to leverage the fiber and telecommunications network. We have about 16 miles of this network under the Beltline Trail. And this effort is really focused on taking that infrastructure and leveraging it to address the digital divide that we all experienced so much during COVID. It was really exacerbated for many of our residents, our students around the Beltline, and our small businesses. We're also focused, this effort is focused on enhancing the Beltline user experience, getting people off the trail to the small businesses that are just around the corner. And also, it's an opportunity to bring new alternative revenue streams, which will help make the Beltline project in general more sustainable. So we're here tonight. Would love to share with you a little bit of progress that we've made to advance this project. As you know, the Atlanta Beltline in general has been a project that's been a catalyst for economic mobility. And we really see this as an opportunity to really enhance our ability to address equity in the city as we expand digital access through high-speed broadband internet, through public Wi-Fi along the trail. And we see this as an incredible opportunity to serve our underserved communities. We have some residents on the Beltline, areas on the Beltline where 30% of our residents don't have access to high-speed internet. So we're taking the opportunity to leverage the 2026 FIFA World Cup games to make some investments that'll deliver community benefits for the long term for our residents and our students and our small businesses. We're going to create some public Wi-Fi zones on the Beltline, and we're going to actively just level the digital playing field and empower communities historically left on the wrong side of the connectivity gap. We're also becoming a model for smart city development equipped with cutting-edge digital infrastructure through this network and the U.S. launch of Honeywell's City Suite platform. And so the next slide shows you some of the areas we've been looking at. So many of you are familiar with our marketplace locations. Those are going to be areas that we're able to test out a few of the technologies that the community brought up during our community engagement activities as we developed our strategy. And then we also are going to be looking at additional locations to have public Wi-Fi access, as well as digital wayfinding kiosks, which can help connect communities civically to the work we're doing and other programs, as well as tell the stories of our amazing neighborhoods and business districts as the world comes to Atlanta. Site development work is underway at our Freedom Parkway Marketplace location. We'll always be installing safety fencing. We do have some concrete demolition that'll be happening at that location. But in all cases, no permanent blocking of pedestrians or the trail will be done, and any temporary moving of equipment through the area will have cones and a person for traffic control. We'll share ongoing construction updates for this exciting project to put public Wi-Fi in areas on the Beltline and the wayfinding kiosks. We see at the intersection of technology, infrastructure, and social responsibility, the Beltline is a position to bring vital digital access, economic support to communities that have long been overlooked in Atlanta's rapid growth. We want to showcase how technology, when deployed with intentionality and the community voice at the forefront, can be a powerful tool for transformation. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Forrest.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Forrest Rose. I'm the Senior Community Planner for Atlanta Beltline. Tonight, I'm going to give you some planning updates. We are wrapping up our Sub-Area 8 Master Plan update. This update is designed to serve as a city policy tool to help guide future growth and development around transportation and mobility, future land use, open space, economic development, and other aspects. The Sub-Area 8 boundaries, or the Sub-Area 8 area includes neighborhoods and several MPUs in the Upper West Side area of the city. And ABI with our consultants had a robust community engagement strategy and where we met with residents, businesses, stakeholders, and visitors from all over throughout the planning process. Our final draft recommendations in our plan was published for about a month where folks could review and comment on that. And we're now entering the city approval process. So what we'll do is we will go in front of MPU E and D for approval, and then we'll be followed by city council adoption later this summer. We're also wrapping up our historic and cultural resource study. So what this is a study that will analyze challenges and opportunities associated with historic and cultural preservation of Beltline owned or controlled assets. It's going to recommend historic and cultural preservation guidelines that are aligned with our implementation goals, and it'll identify creative approaches to formally recognize historic and cultural resources. We've held several citywide meetings on this effort, and we've had an in-person and virtual open house to get feedback on draft documents, solicit creative implementation ideas, and to gather to get a better understanding of what the community values and concerns for historic and cultural resource preservation. We'll be holding our final citywide meeting to present our recommendations later this spring in May. And I'm also excited to announce that we just released our RFP for the final sub-area needing an update, which is sub-area 7. So be on the lookout for that. I'm now going to introduce our Director of Arts and Culture, Amina Cooper.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm so excited to share an update on the arts and culture events coming to the Beltline. This Saturday, on March 7th, we invite you to join graffiti historian and artist Ayantar Fierce for a half-mile walking tour covering Atlanta's past as a railroad hub and the story behind Atlanta's thriving style writing scene. A constant on the city's street art scene, Fierce has documented, collected, and archived graffiti, style writing, and hip-hop culture since 1983. If you can't make it this Saturday, another tour is scheduled for March 14th. Space is limited, so please be sure to claim your spot before they fill up. Both events are free and open to the public. These interactive walking tours will culminate on March 21st with a public screening of the award-winning short film City of Kings, Atlanta at Pittsburgh Yards. This film explores the journey of graffiti from the 1980s to the present and features interviews with Atlanta-based graffiti artists like Sparky Z, Save, Hens, and Vane. A panel discussion will follow the screening, and we are thrilled to have the film producers in dialogue. So please, reservations are available online. Reserve your ticket. Finally, Baziki Scales and the Common Ground Collective are back with a new installment of No Tables, No Chairs on April 25th, 2026 at Shirley C. Franklin Park. Since 2011, the collective has electrified the Beltline with its day-long parade, concert, and artist market. The festival invites families to engage on a journey through the music of the African diaspora, marrying the spirit of HBCU marching bands with New Orleans second-line jazz and blues traditions. Festival goers will have the opportunity to enjoy a food and artisan market this year with family-friendly artists making booths. So this event, again, is free and open to the public. More information can be found on our website, and we will be thrilled to welcome you all. And with that said, I'm really excited to introduce Joe Yakabuchi, our Vice President of Transit Innovation.
Thank you, Amina. Great to be here, everybody. As mentioned, I'm Joe Yakabuchi, the Vice President of Transit Innovation. I'm super excited to discuss a couple initiatives, one of these being near term and then the other one being long term for the Beltline. So here we're thrilled to discuss the Beltline's first new transit service through a pilot project. I want to introduce the ATL Spoke, which is a 12-month autonomous shuttle pilot service connecting Southwest Atlanta with safe, equitable, next-generation transit. This project is supported by a $1.75 million grant from the Georgia Transit Trust Fund. ABI is working to pilot a first last-mile shuttle service that will provide high-frequency connection between MARTA Rail and the Beltline. So it's going to be beginning this May. The initial launch, as you can see on the map here in the dark green, will link the MARTA West End Station and the Beltline Southwest Trail at the Lee Plus White Entertainment District. And then the service will expand further north in the fall to meet up with the AUC for their fall semester. The service will run 7 days a week from approximately noon to 10 p.m., about every 12 to 15 minutes. So it's going to be a very frequent service that'll meet some of the frequency on the rail. And the shuttle is free to the public. During FIFA World Cup, we're going to expand service hours to 16 hours a day. All the operational hours and precise stop locations will be confirmed closer to the launch date, so stay tuned, please. Next slide. The service will feature a next-generation vehicle. This is the Carzon E-Jest shuttle. These are purpose-built, ADA-accessible, autonomous transit shuttles that can fit about 15 to 20 people, demonstrating a larger form factor for autonomous operations. The shuttles are driverless and will be all staffed by an attendant who's available to answer questions, ensure safety, and even take over navigation if required, all to promote a positive user experience for the service. The pilot will provide valuable insight on how to leverage innovative technology to deliver transit solutions across Atlanta. Next, I'm happy to report that we are wrapping up a 3-year effort for the Beltline Transit Study, where we've been able to identify a preferred alternative, including station locations and alignment. We anticipate finalizing the study by this summer, and this sets up the 22-mile transit corridor for future engineering phases and funding opportunities. Full details regarding the analysis and feedback that led us to where we are at, including recordings of the September 2024 and August 2025 public meetings, are available on our website. Kudos to Sean Green from our team for getting close to completion on this project. And with that, I will turn it back over to Rashida Williamson. Thank you.
All right, this is the time where we are jumping in our first Q&A session. So I did open up the Q&A box, so you are now able to copy and paste any questions that you may have for ABI updates. Again, we're going to focus on ABI updates only. But as we talk about that and I let the questions fill up, I do want to showcase how everybody can participate within the room. So for our phone attendees, if you would like to speak, of course, you'll press *9 on your telephone keypad to raise your hand when the discussion begins. And a team member will open up your line when it is your turn. And your phone will prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. If you're an online attendee, meaning you're in the Zoom, all you have to do is find your Q&A box and you can submit a response at any time. You can also upvote those responses if you want to by clicking the thumbs up icon. And there is a raise your hand feature, but we're going to make sure that we prioritize our phone attendees first. Last but not least, for our Facebook Live attendees, please feel free to participate in the comment section. Someone on our staff will let me know so I can see your question. For right now, we're going to at least reserve 10 minutes for this Q&A session. Again, it's for ABI project updates only if possible. We will get to those MARTA questions at the end if we can, because I know we're filling up with some transit questions. Okay. For my team, I'm going to start off with questions from Tremaine Thomas. This is going to be for you, Kevin. He's asking how many access points are planned for Pryor Road near University Avenue? And this is from Tremaine Thomas.
Well, we currently, first off, I'm sorry, thank you for your question. We currently have a entry and egress point at the west end of University, which has been there since we opened the West Side Trail in 2017. You can also, I'm sorry, hold on a second. This was from University, correct?
This is for Pryor Road.
Pryor Road. I apologize. Pryor Road will have a barrier-free ramp and a set of stairs on the east side of Pryor Road that will allow access to and from the trail. It'll be between the trail and I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, but the grammar school that is pretty much adjacent to our corridor there. And then behind that, the schools at Carver, which will have a separate spur connection for any students that want to get to the campus.
Okay. And don't go anywhere, Kevin. I have another question. This is from Dan. He's asking, what are the cleanup plans for Southeast Trail Section 3 in front of Pratt Stacks near the beacon, particularly as it relates to underbush, debris, and remaining 3 to 6 foot stumps from the trees cut down by the Beltline? We have been told that it would all be cleared, but recently heard that there are no plans to do so.
I'm not familiar with the status of any stump removal or flush cutting of stumps. Sometimes, particularly on a steep slope, we want to leave not high, but stumps because the roots are stabilizing the slope and ripping them out would cause disruption and tend to have soil migrating towards the condominiums next door. As to cleanup and plantings, that particular section, there will be some planting work this summer. The tree planting has been deferred due to the construction schedule until next season, which will start roughly November. So it'll be a two-pronged session in that area to do the planting restoration that we had planned.
Okay. All right. Again, Kevin, don't go anywhere. We have a lot of design questions. I'm gonna go to John Matthews' question. He said, after bidding for the northeast end from Otley to Peachtree Hills, when would you anticipate start of construction?
If it bids in the fall, I mean, it's really hard to say, but I would say March perhaps of next year, March or April. Kim, if that's egregiously wrong, jump in.
Are they asking about Northeast Trail 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're putting that out to bid in April. And oh, Cynthia popped on too. We're all bailing you out here, Kevin. Kevin's not really on this job. The project bids in April. That's our plan, and it'll probably take 5 or 6. It usually takes about 4 months to get the bid complete and under contract, and then we'll issue a notice to proceed the contractor to start construction shortly after that, and then it may take them a little while to mobilize once we issue the notice to proceed. So I would expect them to be under contract definitely this year and mobilizing by the end of the year.
Okay, I wasn't too far off.
No problem, Kevin. I have some more questions down the line. This question is from Jim Stokes. What is the status of Connector 4 in Armour Yards?
That is part of the project and I don't know what the schedule is because we don't have a contractor yet. But I understand that is part of the project. But Kim just jumped in, so I may be
Yeah.
wrong again.
No, Kevin's right. That connector trail is a part of the Northeast Trail 3 project that we were just talking about. So it bids in April. The actual logistics of the schedule, as Kevin said, will depend on the construction schedule, which will be dictated by the contractor.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go to another question for you, Ken. This is from Brian. How does the Beltline connect to Shirley Clark Franklin Park?
At the moment, there are two ways. West Side Trail 4, which opened last year, has a ramp that connects to Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway, which has a sidewalk that users can get down to the Proctor Creek Trail by Bankhead MARTA and work their way along that trail and into the park. And there is, I also believe, existing sidewalks along West Marietta and then onto Johnson Road that allow access at the upper level of the park. And if you continue down the road, you can go in under the whale ribs to the lower section also. There are long-term plans from adjoining developers to possibly have a connection directly from the West Side Trail through a future development and into the park. But that I don't have a timeline for that, and there's no guarantee that it will happen.
All right. And then just to reference, this is also referring to plans for any pedestrian connection from the Beltline to Shirley Clark Franklin Park, because I have another question about that. Just want to make sure.
Yes, so there's two ways now, possibly a third in the future.
All right, thank you. We got two questions in one. Let's go focus on some questions for our Beltline transit study. So Joe, I'm going to actually have you come to the front as I find that question for you. Okay. Okay, so this first question is from Matthew. It says, when Streetcar East and the work with the consultant HDR ended in May of last year, reports on grass tracks were pending. Those reports would have a use everywhere on the Beltline where light rail happens. Why not finish those reports at a minimum?
Okay, yeah, I'm actually going to cue Sean Green, who was more involved in that. So Sean, if you're available.
Yeah, no problem, Joe. Hey, Matthew, thank you. We do have a draft of that report. It was, I'd say, probably 85, 90, 80, 95% complete when that work was stopped. So if you want to see it, I can provide it to you. But it is, I think it really just lacked a final QA, QC, but the technical information within it is all there.
Sean and Joe, don't go anywhere. We're going to keep going. This next question is from Lynn. What is the status of the plan to provide transit on the south side of the Beltline? Southside residents are frequent users of public transportation.
Yeah, so I'll start off here. Sean, you can add to it, but it's essentially what we're finishing up right now for the Beltline Transit Study. We'll get the rail alignments and to about 10% design. So that's the current work that's being done here. We've also identified the station locations in addition to potential MARTA infill stations. And so, but that work, as I mentioned here, we're getting very close to completion. So that's the current work. And once we wrap that up, we'll kind of identify next steps.
Okay. This next question is going to be for Mr. Higgs, which is Clyde, our CEO. And this is from Patrick. It states, Mr. Higgs, I heard your emphasis on transit instead of light rail as previously used for the last 15 plus years. That, along with hiring Mr. Yakabuchi, who worked at a company that focuses on autonomous pods on a paved paths, as a VP of Transit Innovation, makes it pretty clear Atlanta Beltline Incorporated is moving away from light rail as originally planned. What past use cases has Atlanta Beltline seen in the sorry for that, seen that precipitates that shifts to autonomous pods? Additionally, what efforts have been made to start planning for transit along the South Side Beltline?
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Patrick. And I guess I can address the question first. And I'll just say that, the focus right now, with, I think in reference to the autonomy part, is identifying places where we can actually connect from MARTA stations and traffic generators to the Beltline. One of the challenges that we have along the Beltline is that a lot of the MARTA stations, that there's not direct MARTA rail access to many portions of the Beltline. And so we're using this as a tool in this case, and I can only speak for this first pilot project as we're looking forward to seeing, and hopefully a successful pilot, that how riders respond when they can actually connect from a rail station, just about a mile connection, a last mile connection using an autonomous shuttle. So that's really our focus. That's our only focus on autonomous shuttles right now. So I'll identify that. I'll also just say too, as the premise of the question, that I've spent my career designing all types of transit. I've been in the field for over 22 years, and the first 12 years at the Chicago Transit Authority, the second largest transit system, was spent there. But everything from heavy rail to commuter rail, light rail, bus rapid transit, innovative technology, I've spanned those types of projects throughout there. So happy to discuss more sometime, Patrick, as well.
Yeah, Patrick, and I would also say, one of the things that I would ask people to do is let's not get into a binary fight about one mode versus another. At the end of the day, I think we need them all. Light rail, autonomous vehicles, bike lanes, infill stations. So that's what we're trying to push is kind of a full solution of solutions for Atlanta. So it's not one versus another. And the reason why we brought Joe on is, again, he's well respected in this space. And again, as we think about like full solutions for transit, we need to think about all of those solutions, not just one. And just Joe is, again, if you spent any time in this space, is highly respected amongst his peers.
Well, thank you both for that. And so what we're going to do, we're going to actually transition to our feature presentation at this time, because again, we want to make sure we answer as many questions as we can as possible, but also get through all of our presentations. So at this time, I'm going to invite Carolina Ramos, the Government and Community Affairs Manager from MARTA, to go ahead with her presentation.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Rashida. I just wanted to tell everyone thank you so much, well, to the Beltline for allowing us to present. We have a lot of initiatives moving forward, and we really appreciate your partnership and to spread the information to everyone who can. All right, next slide. So as we move forward, looking through 2026, we have 3 core values that that we'd like to focus on. So operational reliability, improved security, and customer service excellence. Next slide. If you've heard our ICEO Hunt say, we have the big 6 in 26. And so a key piece to MARTA is moving forward on our projects. So next slide. We've been getting several questions. When will the new trains arrive? Next slide. So by May or by June, we will have 7 train sets delivering a better ride for our customers. As soon as they pass testing, we'll put them into operation, and we'll be going from the oldest train cars in the nation to the most advanced in the nation. Next slide. We've heard several questions from our riders throughout the years. Why can't I just tap my credit card to pay the fare? Next slide. And to them, we say a better breeze is coming. On the slide, you can see an overview of all the features of our new fare payment system. You can tap to pay with your credit card, debit card, your smartphone, Google Pay, or your Apple Wallet. Anything that has a chip, we will be able to take it. We are currently installing new fare gates across all of our rail stations. So if you visited any stations lately, you'll be seeing us have you can go through without paying for the time being. But if you are taking a trip to Lindbergh, you'll be able to see the new fare gates. They are not online yet, but they are pretty cool to experience in person. Next slide. We've been asked, can my bus come more often? Next slide. And for the first time in 40 years, we are doing a generational transformation across our jurisdictions for our bus network. We've evolved. We listened to a lot of public feedback over the last few years in terms of routes, and we want to take people to where they want to go. Next slide. This is the first 360 reconfiguration. We're connecting more people to more destinations in less time. Simpler routes, fewer transfers. We're shifting towards ridership versus a coverage model, and we're introducing a on-demand service. So we will have access to 21% more jobs in 60 minutes or less, frequent service to an additional 100,000 people and 100,000 jobs, 19% more coverage to colleges, universities, grocery stores, and more access to the hospitals, more accessible by transit. Next slide. Want to pause here real quick in case anyone wants to ask any questions about, well, in the chat eventually, about the new bus routes that you'll be able to access the Beltline. We'll have 14 routes in one reach zone to connect in 12 places and connections to service every 20 minutes or better on Ponce, Donnelly Holloway, Metropolitan, Boone Boulevard, Cascade, Memorial Drive, and Ralph McGill Boulevard. Next slide. And when does this all start? It launches on April 18th. We'll be having station pop-ups all throughout April at some of our busiest stations when it comes to bus routes. So you'll see some folks passing out flyers, answering questions. Currently, all across our system, we have put up signs that say that your stop has either been eliminated or your route is changing numbers. So please make sure to pay attention to those signs. There are QR codes on those signs where you can access the route and get more information. But if not, please visit our website. It's marta.com/nextgen. If there are any concerns about your route or your bus stop, please make sure you reach out to our customer service line. Email us. We'll be taking a look over the next 6 to 8 months to see how our ridership is doing, if folks are having any concerns anywhere. So please make sure you voice your opinion, your feedback through our customer service. Next slide. Also launching this Saturday is our MARTA Reach. And so on here are the 12 different zones across our system. And how MARTA Reach will work is within that zone, you can go from point to point. So if you live in that zone and your pharmacy is in that zone, you can take a trip on the MARTA Reach vehicles. If you go to our website, it's martareach.com or it's marta.com/reach, you can see what the vehicles look like. And these are shared, it's almost like a shared Lyft experience. And you can call it on the app through a phone number on our website. And so if you are exiting out of that zone, it will take you to the closest bus stop or rail station. Next slide. When will MARTA expand its service? Next slide. And to those people, we say MARTA Rapid A Line will be launching also on April 18th. And so if you've been downtown, you've been seeing our progress in terms of constructing shelters. And we're super excited for this new mode of transportation. It's going to be the first bus rapid transit in Georgia. Next slide. We also just want to take a moment and show what it means when you invest in transit. So on the left is Hank Aaron Drive in 2018, and on the right is Hank Aaron Drive in the same location, 2026. And this is all due to investment from the state, from MARTA, and from the city of Atlanta, who have all contributed to this development and we have more things coming along this route due to investment. So we're super excited. Next slide. Can you make the rail stations more welcoming? Next slide. Through our $1 billion station rehab program, we're doing just that. By April 2026, we'll complete the rehab work below ground at 5 Point Station. If you've been there, you'll see new floor tiles, all new lighting, and modernized ceiling design. 5 Points has, I just went there today. It feels a lot more brighter, safer, and more inviting. It's a place you want to be. We also recently completed Garnett Station rehab in just 6 weeks. We replaced 40-year-old pavers, improved the station's aesthetics in partnership with the Atlanta Downtown Improvement District and the Broad Street Renewal effort. The work was completed on time, and we're excited that it's open. Thanks to our board's leadership. We have renamed the GWCC, CNN station, Phipps station, whatever you used to call it. It is now called the Sports Entertainment and Convention District, or SEC District for short. Our SEC District signage is underway, and smart restrooms have been installed. Next slide. We also wanted to give folks a visual of the 5 Points transformation. So when we talk about rehab, it's everything below the concourse. And so if you've been there, you've seen cranes, we're redoing everything. But once our transformation is over, as you can see on the rendering, it's going to look incredibly beautiful over there. Next slide. Will MARTA be ready for the World Cup? Next slide. The answer is yes. MARTA is World Cup ready. We have a comprehensive plan that includes operational safety and communication enhancements to ensure the system is ready for the crowds. We are focused on addressing cleanliness, lighting, parking, and overall appearance, not just for the visitors, but also for our riders who ride every single day. Over the last year, we've been developing the plan and focusing to providing a sustained operations over the month-long period of matches and events. We will be providing extended service. We'll have more officers, MARTA staff, safety teams, and transit ambassadors on the system. We will also have multilingual messaging, so the system is safe, clean, reliable, and welcoming for our visitors. And also, we will not have PTO because we'll be out on the system making sure that everything is running smoothly. And also, we do this all the time with major events. So we're super excited. And yes, MARTA is ready for the World Cup. Next slide. Public safety. Next slide. MARTA is one of the safest transit agencies in the nation. We partner with all of our local jurisdictions when it comes to law enforcement to reduce crime nearby our stations. And year over year, crime is down. Since February, there have been no homicides, since aggravated assaults are down. And since the pandemic, we have seen crime decline significantly because the more people that ride, the more safe the system is. Also, our ICEO made a commitment during his tenure to hire more MPD officers, and we're pleased to announce we've exceeded that goal, and we are currently 278 officers strong. However, we totally understand that facts and public perception are two different things, and we have a lot of things to work on. So we will continue to move forward to make sure that we provide a safe, clean, and reliable system for everyone in Atlanta. Next slide. And that is the end. And all of the links to our initiatives will be in the chat. And so I'll pass it back to you, Rashida.
Thank you. So again, we're going to open back up that Q&A section so you can go ahead and ask your questions that you may have for MARTA as well. Please note that we still are going to answer your questions that have still been asked in the first Q&A session. So again, just to start back off, if you are calling by phone, again, we're going to ask that you press *9 on telephone keypads, raise your hand, and it's going to prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. If you're online, submit in that Zoom box. And if you're on Facebook Live, please submit your questions in the comment section, and I'll be able to read them out loud. We're going to first start off with a question with their hand raised. I did have one person, but I think they just dropped their hand. So we're going to jump to this next person. Brian, you should be able to ask your question. We're going to actually try and limit this. So please, one question if you can. And then we'll jump back to your second question if you want to raise your hand again, but you're able to unmute yourself.
Yes. Thank you for that presentation, MARTA. But my question is about the new trains, the new CQ 400 trains. Okay. Because, we did this reveal a year ago, and now we're 13 months into the next year. We did that first reveal on January 31st of 2025. So my question is, why are we not seeing those sets of trains being circulated into the system now from the ones that was done last year? And then you doing testing, you know what I'm saying, on the new CQ 400 trains at night and stuff like that. I know at sometimes you people are able to ride the trains. So can you explain that for me, please? Thank you.
Absolutely. That's a great question, and I'm really glad that you asked, Brian. My name is Jennifer LaRosa, Senior Director of Government Community Affairs here at MARTA. And I think Carolina did an excellent job of kind of telling you all about our initiatives, but to give a little bit more detail on that particular one, when you're going from the tracks and the trains that we have had for 40 years, that wear and tear on the tracks and even in stations, we had to make sure that the new trains were going to be able to ride smoothly, that they were going to fit through certain areas that may have been warped or moved over in time, concrete growing and expanding and things like that. So it takes us quite a bit of time to do that. It also, when you get those new trains on the tracks, you have to make sure that not only do they fit and can ride the tracks really well, but they do it under certain climates, under certain weights. And so we've been testing them with all of those pieces and parts added to the equation. And so we want to make sure that they're completely tested and ready and safe before we put them on the track. So that's why it's taken us so long to test them. And that's about an average timeline. It's just I know that you're very anxious. When I tell you you're anxious to see them, believe me, we are anxious to get them on the tracks as well. So we are happy to see those come on in May, June time.
Thank you for that, Jennifer. I'm going to move this next question to Joe. This is from Amy Warnock. Why would we need autonomous vehicles on the Beltline if we had light rail?
Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, just to clarify, kind of as I alluded to before, but the autonomous ATL spoke pilot project is actually designed to get people to the Beltline, so it won't be traveling on the corridor. So, basically that's a strategy that we're piloting out to see, basically what the attraction is, how the performance goes for fast and frequent service from in this case, a last mile connection from MARTA, but also in the future for students to actually both connect to MARTA and to the Lee Plus White Entertainment District. We were basically piloting that out. So just to confirm, it's not the ATL Spoke pilot is not going on the Beltline, but it's connecting to the Beltline, one of our focus areas.
Thank you for that. This next question is from Raul. It says the same shuttle service that is planned for the West End was piloted around the Battery. Why could we not have taken learning? Yeah, why could we not have taken learning from there instead of spending more money on projects that weren't approved by voters?
I'll address why we're doing the beat pilot here, and Sean, if there's any history, if Sean Green understands any history with that other pilot, but I will say too that we're also coordinating with other agencies across the country that are also have piloted or are piloting similar projects so that we can all learn together, because right now creating that community kind of helps us all get best practices and to be able to borrow off of each other. So we are doing that currently with agencies like Jacksonville or Contra Costa County, or even up north here in Cobb, where they're also piloting similar services. So the other thing that I'll mention too is that this is the first time that the Cars on EJS vehicle is going to be operational. So it's a new form factor, and it's actually a really exciting thing for the Atlanta and the Beltline, because we will have a larger vehicle, and not to dismiss any of the previous vehicles that were out there. What we have right now is sort of a state-of-the-art form factor for transit and higher capacity compared to what has been done in the past across the country. So we're looking forward to taking all those learnings there. And again, we have a great peer group of that we're looking to learn from as well, so that we're adopting best practices collectively.
Thank you for that. And then I'm going to ask one more question before we jump to some of our hands being raised. This question is from Michael. How's the Beltline coordinating with MARTA and the Georgia Department of Transportation to ensure that the future light rail system integrates efficiently with existing regional transportation infrastructure?
Sure. I could say this, like at its core, it's one of our key missions is to coordinate specifically on our transit program with our partners at MARTA and at the city. So within that, I mean, I'll just say that we're collaborating on a regular basis with those agencies. There's really not a day that goes by that we don't coordinate those agencies, and so both of them have been involved in the Beltline Transit Study and coordinating on that as far as a key component of that Beltline study as well. The transit study is sort of the identification or reaffirmation of potential infill stations as well with MARTA. So yeah, we're constantly in communication, and nothing goes out without the conversations and coordination with our partners at MARTA and at the city.
Thank you. I'm now going to move on to a hand being raised by a phone attendee. Your phone number is 404-667. Just to start off, you should be able to speak by pressing *6.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for taking my question, and it's for Clyde Higgs. Why did you and the Program Governance Committee more than 9 months ago vote to pause funding for the Streetcar East extension when there was no call to do so from the only body that has the authority to reprioritize more MARTA projects, the MARTA Board of Directors? If the mayor and the PGC do not have the power to overrule a Tier 1 more MARTA priority and halt years of progress, then why was this action taken to effectively deprioritize this project without the consent of the MARTA Board? And what would need to happen to reinstate this existing Tier 1 priority and restart design for the Streetcar East extension? Does the MARTA Board need to vote again to reaffirm the priorities that it already set?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. So just a little bit of context for folks that might not have all the details. So in 2016, there was a half-penny sales tax that was advanced by the voters, specifically in the city of Atlanta. And in 2017, there was a committee that was formed by MARTA in cooperation with the city. It's called the Program Governance Committee. And this is a body, kind of a working group amongst Beltline, the city, and MARTA to come up with recommendations on what project should be advanced or not. Ultimately, it is the MARTA Board of Directors' discretion on what they want to fund. So some more context. So during that whole more MARTA conversation, the original list of projects was north of $11 billion. The more MARTA half penny is going to raise, and I'm rounding, about $3 billion. So we have the hard work on what is going to get advanced when you have limited funds there. But ultimately, that is the role of the PGC, is to make recommendations to the MARTA board for what they want to advance.
Thank you for that, Clyde. This next question will be for Carolina or Jennifer. This is from Steve. Do you plan to add more buses and promote their use? Buses seem the easiest way to enhance public transportation. He knows that buses have a poor reputation and offer a versatile form of transportation that use existing roads and can travel everywhere.
That is a good question. When we did the new bus network design, we tried to do it as cost neutral as possible because there wasn't extra resources in the effort, but we just wanted to make sure that we were being more efficient with our service. We also are sort of tied to two issues with our current hard assets. People, we are constantly hiring for operators, and if anyone's interested, please share. And we also are tied to how our fleet is, how old our fleet is. Federally required to change them out about every 14 years or so. We have quite a few that are a little bit older than that, and we constantly apply for grants to get new ones in the system. So we would love to have more buses. We would love to expand service, but we are certainly tied to the bus resources and people resources that we have on hand, and of course, the cost resources it takes to do so. But it is in our vision to expand service as we can, anywhere we can, mode agnostic, but certainly with our people and our operators in mind.
And then don't go anywhere, both of you. I have some questions from Facebook Live. This is from Joel. They're asking, when will MARTA prioritize projects and develop path forward for implementation?
So MARTA does not prioritize projects per se. That's certainly up to the jurisdictions, very similar to Clyde's answer he just had. Whenever we do an amendment to our contract, which is called the RTCAA, and that is the contract we have with each of our jurisdictions. They decide the projects and the priority of those projects. We push them forward as resources and everything else allows. As construction goes, you run into bumps in the road, quite literally sometimes. And so we are definitely subject to certain issues, and then we'll just shift gears to another project for a while until that gets ironed out and we go back. So we are constantly forwarding multiple initiatives at the same time and using the resources and people that we have to do so. But the projects themselves are chosen with the approval of the jurisdictions and move forward with them as well.
And then one more question from Joel from Facebook. Will Reach Fair include transfers to train and bus?
Yes, it will.
All right.
So it will be one seamless experience, much like it is transferring from a bus to a rail now. And so wherever your reach is taking you, whether to a bus or to a rail or internally, it would all be the same price and the transfers will be the same.
Okay. All right. Shift this next question to Sean just to shift a little bit on what we're doing, and then we'll get to those funds being raised. This question says, I can understand that Southside is a more deserving area to deploy rail from an equity perspective. The question I have is, if East Side Rail was shelved, why hasn't there been any progress shared regarding planning for the South Side?
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate the question. Good to hear from you. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, obviously. We are working on finalizing the Beltline Transit Study and some of its implementation strategy. And based upon the mayor's statement that rail on the Beltline goes to the South Side corridor first, that's how we're approaching this implementation strategy. So we will have that done over the course of the next couple months. And then come out to the community at some point and present that. We don't have that scheduled yet, so that's why I say at some point. I see Clyde weighing in here, so I'll
Yeah,
yield
no,
the rest of the time.
no, that's good. And Sean is right. And I appreciate your feedback, but that is the lens is from an equity standpoint. That is why there is a desire to move our efforts and resources and implementation to the south side. But just to be clear again, like we as ABI, we're the implementation agent. That is our role is to implement. We do believe that there is strong merits for the south side. If you are using that equity and inclusion lens, more information to come. I think you're also going to see us working on various opportunities and solutions when it comes to transit. So we talk about light rail. You heard Joe and Sean talk about the pilot project with Beep. But again, we need a full, sleeve of solutions to really make this work. And so, but we still think the South Side, again, from our recommendation, is where those limited resources should go first. You can also, I invite you to go look at a website. It's called atlneighborhoods.org. And this is all about the Neighborhood Reinvestment Initiative, but it really talks about a tale of two cities. And so if you look at efforts basically north of I-20, if you look at northeast, northwest, and anything kind of south of downtown, you have roughly a 20-year life expectancy difference on the south compared to the northeast. And so again, if we're really focusing on neighborhoods that really need those resources sooner rather than later, one could make the conclusion that the South Side deserves those resources. But it's also a challenge of just having limited resources as well. When that more MARTA half penny was advanced, I wish we had $11 billion available for projects, but we have limited resources. We also hear the same conversation from the folks northeast near Clifton Corridor. We hear conversations about infill stations. We hear conversations about a multitude of efforts, but this is where we're at with regards to limited resources.
Thank you, Clyde. Again, due to time and bandwidth, we're actually going to have to wrap up Q&A, so we do apologize to you all. So please, no worries at all. We have your questions. They are recorded down. What we do when we have leftover questions is provide a Q&A report that will be posted on our website. Please allow us within a week to get that uploaded as possible, because of course we have to coordinate internally to get all those questions answered. So we will have those live and published on the webpage as well. I know some people are asking for the presentation as well. That will be uploaded within 24 to 48 hours as well to our website. If not, because we are running into the weekend, please note that it'll be posted by at least Monday. I am going to ask that you do please scan this QR code, but also the link will be dropped in the chat as well. Provide your feedback on how we're doing our community meetings. We want to hear from you as much as possible. We're trying to make sure that we answer as many questions as possible, but please note sometimes the questions are redundant, so we are able to answer some of them to its fullest extent and some not. So again, we'll have that Q&A report posted. So I just want to thank you again for participating, especially for our final round of questions. If you have any left off, especially if you're a phone caller in and you didn't get it recorded, please email us at engage@atlbeltline.org with any other questions that you may have moving forward. I guess want to also thank my ABI team for all their updates tonight, and MARTA as well. We were a force tonight with all the presentation materials that we provided. And I also want to thank you all with the audience. You asked very great questions and we will try to answer them as much as possible. So thank you for tonight, and we'll see you all on the Beltline hopefully this weekend with the nice weather. You all have a great night.